What a wild ride, or what a mess. We mean that literally. We're back. Mike Cernovich, Cernovich.com, Cernovich.com. Here with the latest. Wild day, wild day. So there's a number of things going on in the Jussie Smollett case. The original allegation, of course, claimed that he was assaulted by MAGA supporters, and they poured bleach on him, put a noose or a rope around his neck, and then they said this is MAGA County. The report of that struck me as odd, and I'll tell you why. In this kind of divided world, people don't really talk to each other. So you have kind of like a caricature of the other side. So if you're Jussie Smollett and you have never actually talked to a Trump supporter, because if you're a Trump supporter, you get banned from Hollywood, you probably think Trump supporters, this is MAGA County. So that's not how Trump supporters actually talk. I've talked to thousands of Trump supporters. I've been to very red MAGA areas. Nobody says this is MAGA County. But if your conception of a Trump supporter is deliverance, and you think there's some kind of swamp people or something, and you're telling a story about being attacked, and that's exactly what you would say. Not only do they go, this is MAGA County, but they happen to have a noose on him, and they threw bleach on him. And then when the police came, the rope was still on his neck 45 minutes later. It was all just very weird, right? It was very weird from the get-go. No, just very weird. But it's getting weirder, and here's why. Nobody really believed him, but everybody kind of has to pretend to believe him, because that's the world we live in. We live in the most... I don't know if this has ever been more true in my life. We live in the most... I'm 41. We live in... You might not believe I'm 41 because of these locks, because of this hair. All natural, too, by the way. Never had hair implants, unlike some people. But we've never lived in a more dishonest time in my life, where you have to pretend to believe things that aren't true, or else you'll be purged from society. So everybody has to say, oh, terrible, I can't believe this happened. It just didn't strike people as plausible. So the latest is today. This is the inside home of two men in police custody listed as persons of interest. According to family, they left for Nigeria the same day, but hours after the alleged attack on Jussie Smollett. It's a very, as Jordan Peterson would say, clean your room. They need to read a Jordan Peterson book and cleaned the room. So now we have, right, charges are expected. This is, all breaking news. So the two men in custody, and this is allegedly their house, are going to be in custody for attacking Smollett, but it seems they were Nigerian, and the initial report was that the attackers were white Trump supporters. So the whole thing is just absolutely bizarre, right? The initial story was two white supporters attacked Smollett. They said this is MAGA County. They put a rope around his neck. They poured bleach on him, even though it was in like freezing degree weather in a very upscale area of Chicago, 2 a.m. And they also said, are you guys the guy from Empire? That's not how things work. If I don't want to teach people how to, how you doing, Jesse Lee? Good to see you. I don't want to teach people how to like hoax, but the story should have just been, I was walking out of Subway, a guy hit me and said, this is MAGA County. I'd believe that. There are psychopaths in every political movement, every political side. So if the story had just been, I was just walking my own business, a guy came by with his friend, they said this is MAGA County and sucker punched me, I would say, yeah, that's, I could see that happen. I don't know that it did happen, but that's within the realm of believability. But they go, are you the star from Empire? If they're the kind of hicks that are, can you say hick, or is that not PC anymore? I gotta, be careful I don't say any hate speech. So if you're the kind of person who is going to say, this is MAGA County, you're in MAGA County, as you spit out a mouth of tobacco, you're not watching Empire. Empire, that's the show my wife watches. The demographics of the viewership of Empire are going to be my wife, City Slicker, liberals. It isn't going to be people, chewing tobacco, running around with rebel flag bumper stickers or something, right? Imagine like they roll up in their Ford F-350 with the rebel flag on the back, pulling out their ropes or whatever, spitting, "This is MAGA County. You're from Empire." It's too many incongruencies, right? It's just incongruent. By incongruent, I mean their demographics of viewership of that show and the demographics of the kind of people who are going to talk like that are completely separate worlds. It just doesn't really work. I've watched Empire. I watched early seasons. It's a quite good show, actually. Deals with very, very, very important issues. So I watched the show with my wife. We were living in Vietnam at the time. So you want to know the demographics of people who watch Empire? Yuppies like me. Is yuppie still a word? Is that dated? Yeah, it's people like me and Shauna, really. It isn't this MAGA County. But anyway, so now they're thinking, the theory, I don't know, because the whole thing is bizarre. They're now thinking these Nigerian extras were paid by someone to attack him because he got in an attack with a lover's quarrel, maybe, or another. So there are multiple theories. One theory is lover's quarrel. He wanted a cover story, so he blamed it on the MAGA Hicks. And that's one story. Another story, he staged it in order to save his job, get publicity, some other reason. Another story, drug deal gone wrong. I don't believe that one. But the 2 a.m. going for Subway kind of thing, I don't know. I don't believe that one. I think like a lot of people, here's my view. If you want the kind of people who go into the industry are the kind of people who want to be famous. And if you want to be a lot famous, you want to be even more famous. The fame is never enough. You see that with a lot of people, even, in conservatives. People who flock to the media, they're like addicted to it. And blaming a hate crime on Trump supporters, that is a sure enough way they're going to get all kinds of press. It's going to be great press. Presidential candidates are going to talk about you. Nancy Pelosi tweets about it. Kamala Harris, right? You're the biggest deal. You're on Good Morning America. That's the way to get publicity in this country. I've always said, if you wanted to get publicity in this country, would you rather cure cancer or be a victim? Well, if you're a victim, you're going to get all of that publicity. So now, allegedly, 2 men are in custody, and they're expected to be charged involving the Jussie Smollett case. Now, again, here's the apartment. This is all messy. It could be they're just crazy people who attacked him too. I mean, there's any number of, this person has never read what contemporary business book. This man, they've not read Jordan Peterson. They have the women's shoes. I don't know what the heck these people are doing. But if we want to read in the books, they have a contemporary business book, a book on symbiosis, college textbooks that look like, those look like symbiosis, contemporary business. They need to get 12 rules for life. Clean your room, bros. So this is the house, allegedly, of the two people. So now they're, but they think they could be co-conspirators and stage attack. It's just a mess. The whole thing is a complete and total mess, and it's what we deserve as a culture. It's absolutely what we deserve as a culture. It's absolutely. Now, Fox is saying they wouldn't fire him, right? So one story broke today was that it was a stage attack because he was going to be written off the show. But now Fox is saying, no, that's wrong. We would never let him leave the show, actually. He's under contract. We love him too much. He makes the show. In other words, nobody knows. Nobody knows what is going on in the Jussie Smollett case. I mean, I know what happened. It'll bear out through the investigations. You don't have to be a genius to know what happened in this. You don't have to be the smartest person in the world to know what happened with this. That's for sure. You don't have to. I don't think he was going to be fired. I think there's a much more banal explanation for it. There isn't necessarily there isn't necessarily he wasn't gonna be fired. It's just, hey man, you just need that hit. People need that dose of fame. They need to get that viral. I mean, you see it on our side. People doing just absolutely stupid things, making themselves look like buffoons because, hey man, you get that hit, that quick hit, that dopamine. People who want to be famous are different people. I've lived in California for a long time, and I've met a lot of people who are famous and want to be famous. For the most part, they are very broken. They're damaged people. They need that nonstop validation. They need nonstop love, not love even, just the adoration. Adoration is what they need. So they're just people who are, they're broken people essentially. So if you want to be famous, good way to get famous, even if you already are famous, a good way to get even more famous is to, hey, I got roughed up by some MAGA people. Meanwhile, if Antifa actually, really beats you up, the media won't cover that. It's one of the great ironies, isn't maybe the word, but it's one of the great conversations of our time, which is if you get actually beat up by Antifa, like the Marines did, raise your hand if you know that our brave Marines were beat up by Antifa. And because the Antifa people thought they were Proud Boys. There was some kind of Proud Boys event or Patriot Prayer. I can't even keep track of all this, stuff going on, 12-person rallies or whatever. So there was another 12-person rally, either a Patriot rally or a Proud Boy rally. These Marines were just going home, minding their own business. And some people go, are you proud? You Proud Boys? The Marines are like, okay. I mean, I suppose we're proud. And then the next thing you know, they're being attacked and everything. And it turned out that was Antifa. That's not a national story. CNN's not reporting that. So if you're actually attacked by Antifa and you're a Marine, Jake Tapper, they love CNN. Oh, we love our troops. Support the troops. Namaste. Support the troops. God bless America. We love our brave soldiers. If our brave soldiers are actually attacked by Antifa, you don't even get media coverage of that. You're not even in the news. But if you say a MAGA person and it's the most implausible scripted story you could ever imagine, you're on Good Morning America. Number one story in the world. Well, I haven't raised your comments. So here's the latest update. The latest update is that 2 people are in custody. They lived in some kind of dumpy house. They might be Nigerians. They might have been paid to hoax it, but we don't know yet. We're not really sure. And then I think that it was just a PR thing. I think it was a PR thing that got too out of hand, right? And that's the problem with a lot of mistakes in life is they get out of hand. If you're going to do a PR stunt, you got to keep it mild and don't involve police. Don't go to the police. Do what Joy Reid did, right? Remember Joy Reid? She wrote on her blog that, Joy Reid wrote on her blog, she hated gay people, that, they gross her out and she can't stand them and all that, she was trying to out people. She would use, homophobic, transphobic language to refer to people. Like she would call him like Miss Charlie as a way to put down a man she viewed as being a closeted guy. Now, Joy Reid, what she did was smart. She said, I went to the FBI to report that I got hacked. We all know she didn't go to the FBI. She didn't go to the FBI. So Joy Reid is actually smart. If you're going to do a hoax like Joy Reid did, Joy Reid hoaxed that she got hacked, right? Oh, I got hacked. Can you believe it? I'm such a victim. That's fine. Don't go to the police, though, because then it's a felony, right? Don't involve the police. Just say, here, post a little selfie of you with a little black eye. Oh, I got hit by the maggots, right? You got to say MAGATT because that's so clever. I got hit by the maggots. They told me they were in Trump country. They put a noose around my neck and poured bleach on me after they jumped out of their Ford F-150 that had a rebel flag bumper sticker on it. And they also watched Empire. So even though and then they says MAGA country, they just didn't like that I was on Empire. Don't go to the police with that, though. You go viral, right? You viral, you get the retweets. Everybody says this is Trump's America. You get all the benefits of it. Just don't go to the police with your hoaxes, right? Keep that to yourself. Joy Reid was smart. She spread a hacking hoax. Oh, I got hacked by these Russian time travelers. Got hacked. So I went to the FBI, told the FBI about it. And the media, they'll run with that hoax. Media's like, oh yeah, Joy Reid went to the FBI. What's file number, case number? What agent did she talk to? Right? Because y'all know she's lying. But the media, they don't care. They'll spread your hoaxes. If you're on the left, the media will spread your hoaxes. So what the media will do is, Joy Reid, she went to the FBI. Boy, she got hacked bad. But a real journalist will say, okay, what agent did she speak to? What field office did she go to? Will they confirm, even though the FBI's policy is to not confirm there's an open investigation, will they make an exception here? What's the file number for the Joy Reid hacker investigation? But so Joy Reid was smart. She's because she has lawyers. Lawyers will say, no, just lie about it on social media. Don't lie about it to the police. Now you're in trouble. Now you're in problems. And that's what problem with Jussie Smollett is. He involved way too many police. And now that don't do that. They're murder. Chicago has a lot of real crime. And if you're doing, it's law enforcement. It's not a good idea, people. If you're on the right, you'd be fact checked. Yeah, it's just the rules are different. Posto Patrol is the new hashtag of the day. POSOPATROL is the new hashtag of the day. But anyway, if you've not watched Hoax movie, you should. There's never been a better time to watch Hoax movie. There's never been a better time to watch Hoax the movie, because we talk about hoaxes, how to identify them, how to tell if one's real. Because the problem is hate crimes do still happen. There's a case out of Tennessee where a guy came out with a knife and he actually went up to a girl in his job and, said very terrible things. And the issue is a lot of people discount those because there's all these other hoaxes, right? One woman, for example, in New York said 2 guys in a MAGA hat ripped off her hijab and, tried to light it on fire. And then it turns out that she was late for curfew and she didn't want her, to confront her dad. So she, lied about that. So the hoaxes make it so people don't believe the real things that happen. And the real things are really happening. So here, 2 men are arrested. They're allegedly Nigerians. They have a messy house. And the police did find that they took receipts from Empire. So the people are saying they're extras from Empire. This is by the way, if you like mysteries and you're like me and you just like degeneracy of the non-sexual variety, sexual degeneracy is kind of boring. I like societal degeneracy. Like, this is a degenerate age we live in. So if you love degeneracy, they're just messy house, allegedly Nigerians. They might have been extras on Empire. If you look at what the police took, they took a thumb drive, a key, a receipt, and then there was receipts and it says Empire. Now, does that mean Empire the show? Because that would corroborate an earlier reporting that they were extras on Empire, right? We don't know, though. Could be receipts / Empire. Could be something else. We don't really know. They took their iPhones and their laptop. So this is Fargo level criminals, people. This is a weird day that we live in. I don't know, friends. I don't know what happened. Nobody knows. We're going to find out soon. And it's a complete total mess. Thanks for watching. Go to hoaxedmovie.com, hoaxedmovie.com. Watch the best news. The best movie on fake news ever. We did a UCLA thing. And by the way, let's look at my hair. Looks pretty good. Thanks for watching. Mike Cernovich. Go to hoaxedmovie.com. Find out how to think about the news, how to watch the news, how to analyze the news. Oh, and happy Valentine's Day. Or Galentine's Day. If you're a gal without a Valentine, don't let it get you down. It's a dumb holiday. If you had a boyfriend, he'd be mad that he had to celebrate it with you anyway. So if you're a Galentine and you're sad that you don't have a Valentine, know that if you had a Valentine, he wouldn't be happy because it's a dumb holiday. It's a waste of money, waste of time. Makes people feel bad about themselves. Oh, somebody did that, and you only did this. Nonsense. But anyway, happy Valentine's Day if you have them. Happy Galentine's Day if you don't. Happy Valentine's Day if you're a bro and you have a Valentine, but you wouldn't care. You don't need your own holiday because it's dumb. Go watch